I'm going to do a DVD update, and yeah, it's going to be sweet. A lot of you are going to be wondering why I'm wearing this cool hat. It's because I got in Chichen Itza a couple of years ago. That was my trip to Cancun, Mexico. I love Cancun. And, I got to see, the pyramids, where the Mayans actually predicted the end of the world in, 2012. And the 2012 movie was sweet, y'all. And, the Mayans were really smart. They knew about, all kinds of stuff. So anyways, I thought I'd do a DVD update today since I've been getting so many DVDs. I do a lot of Blu-ray updates, but, nothing really replaces DVD. I mean, DVD is always going to be there, and it's always going to be awesome. So let's get to some awesome DVDs. Alright, first up, it's Kurt Cobain, About a Son. If you have not seen this movie, you truly have to go out and either rent it or buy it. It's a fantastic movie. This movie tells Kurt Cobain's life from start to beginning, with Kurt Cobain telling about all the tragedies that went on in his life, and why he's so depressed, why all this is happening, and you get an understanding of his life, and you understand that Kurt Cobain was really depressed, and you understand a lot. Like, this is such a great film. If you are a Nirvana fan, you have to get this film. It's a fantastic film. A lot of people say, the footage doesn't have Kurt Cobain in it, and, that lacks, the film. But no, it's fantastic. Actually, all the shots of the film are actually the school that Kurt Cobain went to. They're the houses that he used to live in, and they're footage of what those places are that he's talking about in the film, what they're like today. If you have not seen Kurt Cobain, About His Son, it's inspiring. It has great music by David Bowie, Cheap Trick, MDC, Iggy Pop, Queen, REM, and many more. You have got to see this film. It's so good. All the music that's in the film is actually Kurt Cobain's favorite band, so you're actually hearing what he liked to listen to. You're actually seeing the clubs that he played at. You're actually seeing the school he went to. He's telling you his life. He was bullied in school by people. If you didn't know that, then you got to see this movie, because it tells you everything in his life. So you have to see it. So if you're a Nirvana fan or you're interested in Kurt Cobain, get this movie. Right. Next up, Less Than Zero. This is a really old film, actually, from the 1980s, starring Robert Downey Jr. The performances are flawless. Roger Ebert, Chicago Sun-Times. You have got to see this film, Less Than Zero. It's a film about Robert Downey Jr. playing a drug addict, and he gives a fantastic performance in this. He's so good, you have got to see Less Than Zero. Right, next up, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. If you have not seen Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, you are truly missing out. This is a film that is about real love. It's about, it's somewhat of a comedy. It's somewhat of, about finding real love, and it's a fantastic film. A lot of people advertise this as a romantic comedy, and it's not. It's actually a drama, and this is definitely Jim Carrey's best performance in a drama. It's so good. It's based on a poem by Alexander Pope, and it's actually based on it, a poem he wrote. And the poem is actually 13 pages long, and it's a really good poem, and I actually read it in school, and it's such a good film. This film came out in 2003. It's a brilliant performance, and Kate Winslet won an Oscar for this for Best Actress. Such a fantastic film. If you have not seen Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, you have to go out and see it now. See it, seriously. Rent it, buy it, do it. It's awesome. And you have to see this, seriously. Okay. It's one of my favorite films, actually, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. He even talks about how he hates Valentine's Day, and he meets this girl. Let me try to explain what this film is about. It has Kirsten Dunst, Kate Winslet, Jim Carrey, Mark Ruffalo, and Elijah Wood. Fantastic actors. It's a really good film. It's about this man who has a relationship with a girl, and let's just say it doesn't work out that good. He wants to destroy the memories of that relationship. So he goes to this doctor and he, erases his mind. But his girlfriend also erased her mind, right? And he finds out that he actually loved her and that erasing his mind is stupid because he wants to remember those memories. And he goes, I'm not going to tell you the end of the film, but you have got to see this. Lacuna Incorporated. You got to see this film. Seriously. Go out and get it. It's awesome. Right. Up to my next film. It's The Zodiac. If you have not seen The Zodiac, you have to see it. It's based on a true story. Pretty much everything in the film is, down to the nitty-gritty. 100% true. It's not like the other Zodiac films. It stars Robert Downey Jr. and Jake Gyllenhaal and Mark Ruffalo. If you have not seen this movie, go out and see it. Zodiac, amazing film. Up next, it's Pulp Fiction, yo. If you have not seen Pulp Fiction, you're truly missing out. It's truly the best Quentin Tarantino film, in my opinion. I think it's his best film. I know a lot of people think that Kill Bill is the best. I like that film too, but Pulp Fiction's my favorite. I mean, the casting in this film is amazing. You have got Uma Thurman. You've got, Quentin Tarantino makes a cameo in it. You got John Travolta. You got Samuel Jackson. It's a badass movie. You have to get to see this movie. Now, the ending of the movie actually is at the beginning of the film, and it all comes together in one. It's like a big circle, and you have got to see Pulp Fiction. See this movie. It's a badass film. See it. Alright, next up it's Scarface, starring Al Pacino. If you have not seen Scarface, go on and get it. This is the Platinum edition. It's better than the other editions that came before it. This is definitely the best edition. It's even been shown on the show Krebs. The one rapper actually said, this is the best edition. And it is. It's the best edition that you can get on DVD. It's awesome. Look at this. Look at all the stuff it comes with. Look at that. It comes with the world of Tony Montana, Scarface, the making of Scarface, the video game, the rebirth, the creating, the acting, TV clips, and deleted scenes. You gotta see this film. It's awesome. Scarface. It stars Al Pacino and Michelle Pfeiffer, and she's fantastic in this film. She's good in the Batman Returns movie. She's a fantastic actress. This is one of her best performances in the film, Scarface. And it's loosely based on actual stuff that actually happened, because they did a documentary later on about it called Cocaine Cowboys, and it was about this guy who was kind of like Scarface. So it is kind of a little based on it. And there's a scene in the movie with a chainsaw, and when they were filming it in Miami, the cops said, "How did you know about this? This actually happened." So a lot of it is based on actual things that actually happened in Miami, because Miami was crazy scary, with cocaine and everything. The money that was going out in Miami at that time was all drug money. So you got to see Scarface. It's a fantastic film. I highly suggest it. It's one of my favorite Al Pacino movies, next to The Godfather. Scarface is totally badass. You got to see.